Hey guys, I just wanted to do a quick video on some changes I made on my rig. I basically tore it all apart and then built it all over again. And the basic changes that I made are I removed a lot of weight and the actuators I moved closer together. Forward and back are closer together, and then side to side are closer together, so that gave me some increased range of motion. And then also by dropping the whole rig down, it's a better center of rotation. By doing this, though, I lost my surge and I lost my traction loss. So, but it's a really clean, simple build now. And I did keep obviously the four corner actuators, and I did also keep the seat belt tensioning system here. I'll just kind of move the camera around a little bit so we can take a look. So basically the same, very similar setup as before, just everything's been simplified. And again, the biggest changes are that the seat has been brought way down, and then all the actuators have been moved closer together. So because I've lost traction loss and surge, I'm going to add it back, but this time the design will have this platform underneath the rig, so it won't add to the overall weight of the rig, and it also won't change the way that the center of rotation happens. If you look at my other videos with the surge, the center point that you would move around would change based on where it was surging, and also it just sat up a lot higher. So this is going to be the traction loss platform, and then I'm not going to do it probably for a little bit, but eventually I'll get around to surge. So this is an H3 frame, and I cut these pieces off. These used to go up like this. You may recognize them if you have a H3. So that would sit right here. So I cut those off on that side and that side. So then you're just left with this pivot piece here. And then the motor, for in order to power the traction loss, will be bolted onto this main crossbar, which is again part of the H3. And I made sure that the sensor was flipped around on the bottom. And then because I'm trying to get everything as close to, I'm trying to get everything really close down, to as close to the floor as possible. So you'll notice the motor, again, the sensor's on the bottom, but then this bar that runs across here, I have it bolted underneath this cross frame here. So the motor actually sits really low down. And then this guy here will actually sit bolt like that. So again, this piece here is going to bolt underneath like that, and then it'll hook up just like it did before. So it's a pretty low profile. It only sits up about 4 inches. So that assembly is going to go underneath the rig, but then the problem is that you need to have a place for the 4 actuators to sit, and that's where this next piece comes into play. So this is something that I fabricated out in the garage today, and it will sit on top of the rig. Flip it around so you can see the underside. So it's basically just 3-inch plate steel. This is 3/16 of an inch. And then we have some 3/4 inch angle iron on either side. So this will sit on top of the rig, or on top of the traction loss platform. So it'll have some adjustability forwards or backwards. I haven't figured out exactly how I'm going to place it yet, but it just sits down. It's a little snug. So each actuator foot will sit here, and then over there, there, and there. And then it'll roll left and right like that. And then the cups will sit on the end like this. So the actuator foot will sit right in that cup there. So that's all I got for you for now. I'm gonna put it together and we'll see how it works.